Hey guys, it's Mrs. Spears. If you just watched my last video, it talked a little bit about this video, or this lesson. This lesson is 12.11. I am letting you skip this lesson if you want to. Just quickly to tell you what was in the other video is I accidentally sent home 16 lessons for you to do. In reality, you only had 15 school days worth of stuff you had to do. So this is a lesson that you can skip if you want to. If you want to do the lesson, I'm going to go through the example problems with you in this video. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You have my permission to skip it. But here's the answers in case you did it already or you want to do it. It's really up to you. So because this is a bonus video, I'm just going to go through the example problems, and then I'll show you the answers for the rest of them, and you can work them out on your own. So this is just showing some patterns with the measurement units. It says the table at the right relates yards and feet. You can think of the numbers in the table as a number pairs. 1 and 3, 2 and 6, 3 and 9, 4 and 12, 5 and 15 are number pairs. The number pairs show the relationship between yards and feet. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, and 2 yards is equal to 6 feet, 3 yards is equal to 9 feet, and so on. So this lesson is actually just a bunch of these charts, and so you need to see if you can figure out the pattern. And once you figure out the pattern, you can figure out which unit it is. Lillian made the table below to relate 2 units of time. So I know that this is some kind of relationship between time, because that's my clue. What units of time does the pattern in the table show? Use the relationship between number pairs in the label to the columns in the label. Label the columns of the table. So it says list the number pairs. I'm not going to write all those down. I'll just kind of talk them through with you. So we've got 1 and 7, 2 and 14, 3 and 21, 4 and 28, 5 and 35. Describe the relationship between the numbers in each pair. Well, it's all multiplying by 7. So 1 times 7 is 7, 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 7 is 21, and so on. So what units of time do you multiply with 7? Well, we know there are 7 days in a week. So we know that this column is actually representing, this is the number of weeks, and this is the number of days. Because 1 week times 7 days is 7 days. 1 week times 7 days is 14 days, or 2 weeks times 7 days is 14 days, and so on all the way through. So what you're trying to figure out is the pattern. Use the clues they give you in the directions, and then you can figure out the pattern based on what they gave you in the thing. So this is 704. I'll do this one with you too. Jasper made the table below to relate 2 customary units of liquid volume. So there you go. We're measuring volume with the customary system. So my missing headings are going to be one of those options. It'll be like a gallon or a quart or a pint or a cup or an ounce or something like that. What customary units of liquid measure does the pattern in the table show? So if you list the pattern pairs, we know for every one of something, there's going to be 4 of the other one. 2 and 8. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12, so we're multiplying by 4. So if we look at our liquid measures, that would be these guys right here that we made in a different video. I know it goes from 1 to 4. So, but I also know that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. So because you're multiplying by 4, there's actually a couple different answers you could do for this. This could be, I put gallons and quarts. You could also do quarts and cups, because if you look at 1 quart, there are 4 cups in there. So for every quart, there could be 4 cups. So this could be quarts and cups. There's a couple actually different answers to this one, and that's what it says. Down here it says, what other units could you use to label the columns of the table above? There's more than one answer for some of these. So that's one of the reasons I don't really like this lesson so much. It's cool to explore the different answers, but it also makes things a little confusing sometimes. So that's another reason I'm making this one a bonus lesson. This one, it says the table shows a pattern for 2 units of time. Label the columns of the table and with the units of time. So This one, it was 1 to 24. 2 times 24 is 48. 3 times 24 is 72. So that has to mean, since this is time, there are 24 hours in a day. So that one means days and hours. Now, for the rest of the problems in this section, I'm just going to show you the answers to them. I'll quickly go over them. So if you want to do them for yourself, go ahead and pause right here, and I will wait just a second, and then you can move on and just check them. Like I said, this is a bonus lesson, so I'm not spending a lot of time on it. I'm just going over the answers in case you did it yourself. And here are your answers. So we've got, this one is 1 to 2. So there are 2 half gallons in a gallon. So if you keep multiplying by 2, if you have 2 gallons, you're going to get 4 half gallons. 3 gallons, you're going to get 6 half gallons. This could be, you could also have done quarts and pints. That would have worked as well, because it says customary units, so I have to use either quarts or pints or gallons or pounds or ounces or something like that. So there's a couple different ones that worked for that one. This one was 1 times 16, 2 times 16, 3 times 16, all the way up. The best thing I could think of for the customary system was the 16 ounces in 1 pound. So I did pounds and ounces. There might be, you could do gallons and cups. That would work too, because there's 16 cups in 1 gallon. That would work as well. So there's a couple different answers you could have for that one. This one, I am not gonna lie, I could not figure this one out. It says the clue it gives me is 2 customary units. Like, I looked through and I might be missing something. Maybe I just overthought it or underthought it, I'm not sure. So if you can actually correctly guess this answer, and the first person to comment with the correct answer to this one, or a correct answer that works for this one, I'll give you 10 bonus Starbucks, because I can't figure it out. And like I said, I might just be overthinking it. So if somebody thinks about it and I didn't, I will definitely pay you for it. This one is 1 to 12, so we multiply by 12. Time, the way we measure time is a customary unit, so that was what I put for this one. I couldn't think of anything else that would work, but if you think of something else, let me know for sure. I'm interested to find out. These ones had a couple of different answers as well. This one says metric units, so you make sure to use meters, liters, or grams. So this is 1 to 10. I know there are 10 decimeters in a meter, so that's why I picked this one. You could do centimeters and decimeters. There are 10 centimeters in a decimeter. You could have done millimeters and centimeters. There are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. There are tons of different answers for this one. Because of the way the metric system works, you could have used liters. You could have said liters and deciliters, or milliliters and deciliters. I mean, you could have done all kinds of different things for this one. And the same thing with this one over here. The 1 to 100 ratio is the unit to the centi. But you could have also done like a kilometer and a meter. Like that would have worked too, or grams or liters. Like I said, there are tons of different answers for these ones. Here's the next page. Maria wrote weeks on the label for the first column of the table and years on the label for the second column. Describe her error. She just accidentally switched the labels. She had weeks here, so she said that 1 week was 52 years, and that doesn't make any sense. All she did was flip them around. The table shows a pattern for 2 metric units, so it's 1 to 1,000. Lou labels the columns meters and millimeters. That does work, because for every meter, that's 1,000 millimeters. Zaina labels the labels liters and milliliters. Again, both answers make sense. Unless I'm missing something, they both made sense to me. Look at the following number pairs: 1 in 365, 2 in 730, 3 in 1095. The number pairs describe the relationship between which 2 units of time? Years and days is the answer, because 365 days is in 1 year. So there'd be 730 days in 2 years, and so on. And this is the answer for these ones. So you were supposed to pick which one of these went into which spot. And there were 2 of them that couldn't go anywhere in ounces and pounds. The rest of them all fit in here pretty nicely. So those are your answers for that. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Like I said, if this one doesn't get done, not a big deal. If it does get done, it's some bonus money for you. If you figure out the answers to this question mark one over here, I'll pay you extra. The first person to comment with the answer that is correct, I will definitely pay you extra for. So think of it as a little extra challenge and a little thank you for working on a bonus lesson. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below and I will do my best to respond. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.